Tug of war. I wish they'd bring that back. I'd like to see some big Russian steroid monsters against like the strongest guys from Somalia. Vlad, Sasha, check these guys. See the arms come off? I believe we won. Who's next? Mexico. The Mexican team. Tug of war? I thought you said taco war. Es muy bueno. 2010, I was in Vancouver. I got some tickets for the Olympic Games, and I got to see Luge, and they were interviewing this guy, this Luge legend, 38 years old, been in 4 Olympics, going to retire after the Olympics from Luge. I thought, how do you retire from that sport? It's laying down. It's not like you're going to lose a step, it's laying down. Laying down is the only skill you get better at every year you're alive. And eventually you master it. You can send a corpse down the hill and get a great time. The stiffer the better. Like, oh, Grandpa's going for it. Look at him. Then I had tickets to go see biathlon. You know what that is. Cross-country skiing and target shooting. How do you put those 2 oddball events together and come up with a sport? Hey, I know. Let's run the 110-meter high hurdles and change the brakes on a 79 Plymouth Fury. I'm the world's best. They interviewed the American. He was ranked 20th in the world, and they asked him, what are your chances? And I thought, you know what? You're skiing through the woods with a rifle. Pretty good. I'm coming out of the woods in first place under those circumstances. I'm low on ammo, but I'm in the lead. Did you guys follow me on that one? I shot everybody. How many are not under the age of 30? 20-somethings? Let me hear from the 20-somethings. Yeah. These are the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Not personally, just as a group. Do me a favor, put some cash in your pocket, or use your debit cards every $1.17 purchase. I get so tired of standing behind on a mini mart. That's $1.17. Here's my debit card. You don't have $1.25? I know they're dumber than people my age. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have any childproof caps. You dropped a Coke bottle, it didn't bounce, it shattered. Our parents let us play with guns and knives and fireworks. You know what happened to the dumb kids? They didn't make it. It's true. These guys grew up in a world that's childproofed and padded. All the dumb ones lived. Now they use debit cards for $1.17 purchases. You ever see what they're buying? Energy drinks. How much energy do you need in your 20s? Should be selling those at the retirement village. That's the target market right there. A couple of monsters in a Red Bull are going to pick up that bingo game, I'm sure. B19, that's mine. A lot of our terms don't mean anything. I don't want to sound like a broken record. You know what that means, right? People under 30 never owned a record player. They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. You still don't. You ever watch them on their smartphones? Can't put them down. Somebody calls, somebody texts, they need to tweet. Jeez, focus. You ever take a smartphone away from a 20-something? They don't know what to do. They look like they got hit with a shovel. It's like... I should have learned how to talk to people. The text never ends either. It's nonstop. Did you know in Seattle, I'm not making this up, there's a public service campaign going on. It's on the buses, in the newspapers, on the radio stations, telling young people, you cannot text 911. You have to call and use your voice. I wish I was making that up. Because apparently they've had trouble with it. OMG, someone's in the house. I am not ROFLMAO. These initials for everything you either take. It's all initials, end of a funny sentence, LOL. You know, we used to put initials at the end of a funny sentence. We used to write H-A-H-A. It's pronounced ha-ha, and it stood for ha-ha. Which is a much better way to say ha-ha than lol. You're not the first ones to use the initials, FYI. I make fun of the 20-somethings with their phones, but you know what? I'm as bad as they are. They're addictive. It's instant information at the end of your hand. It's hard to leave them alone. But I do miss the black, old-school rotary phones. You know why and what those are good for? 20-somethings, you're missing out on this. The older people remember this. Ending an argument. Yeah. Remember slamming those down? Felt good to slam a phone down. You could let some aggression out. You know what? Kiss mine. Felt good. Can't do that with a smartphone. You know, kiss mine, beep, click. You tear your pants pocket out doing that. Now, those old phones, there was a bell in there. You slammed it hard enough, you could ring it. Look, I see some people nodding there, remember? You know what? Kiss mine. Bing. You guys know I did this? Phones used to be on the wall. I'm not making that up. I'll tell you something else. People used to call us. We didn't know who it was. I'm not making that up either, am I? Remember the phone would ring? You would run to answer it. You pull your hamstring getting to the phone. Now you hear that thing ring, you go, whatever. And do you know why you would run? Listen to this. Do you know why you would run to the phone? Listen to this. Because if you didn't get there, there were no answering machines. Look at you looking at me like, no way. And then you didn't know. You did not know. You'd stand like, who was that? And then, listen to this. You had to call all your friends, listen to this, on numbers that you stored in your head. I'm not making that up either, am I? No. All the old people in here, they know the number of the house they grew up in. Am I right? Yeah. Now do you know your spouse's number? No. Phones are smart. We're not. Some kids are having trouble telling time now. They never see the face of a clock. They don't know how to tell time. Think about the crummy fighter pilots they're going to make. Enemy aircraft, 2 o'clock. That's in an hour. You don't need to stop in this country. Any kind of restaurant, going to like an Applebee's, one of those chains, this is so annoying, where the staff sings happy birthday to somebody. Yeah, look at your nod. Why do we do it? Everybody involved hates it. Staff hates it, diners hate it, birthday boy hates it. You know who likes it? Birthday boy's friend. Yeah, that's the one idiot enjoying that moment right there. They're like the arsonist at the fire, like, I caused this. Speaking of birthdays, I was in a Hallmark store the other day looking at birthday cards. Have you seen this? Hallmark has a line of birthday cards now for people turning 100. How many of those do you think they sell in a week? Those cannot be flying off the shelf. And if you have to buy a card for somebody's turn 100, put that off to the last minute. It's okay to laugh at that. It's not like they're here. They're at the casino. This happened in Seattle a few months ago. A guy got killed on the interstate. He was driving the wrong way down the interstate. And the police spokesman was quoted as saying, we don't know how fast he was traveling, but the posted speed limit on that section of highway is 60 miles an hour. If you're driving the wrong way down the interstate, all the speed limit signs are silver. I don't think speed's your biggest worry at that point. Hope I don't get a ticket. I was flipping through the channels the other night and I came across a senior golf tournament. I thought, who's watching seniors play golf? Who has that kind of time in your life? You know what I would watch though? Senior cage fighting. I don't think I could sleep if I thought that was on. A couple of 20-year-olds in the cage, they're going to fight again in a month. A couple of 80-year-olds in there, that's a death match. Tap out, crap out, nap out. That's how that's going. You ever see these kind of stories in the news? Somebody gets killed, kind of tragic circumstances. Maybe they were rock climbing, fishing, skydiving, they get killed. And people always say this, I know they mean well. They go, at least he died doing something he loved. Which to me is the cruelest irony of all time. Because if I told you I was going to teach you how to fish, you're going to love fishing. You're going to fish almost every weekend for the next 30 years. But eventually, you're going to fall off a boat and drown. He'd go, well, you know what? I think I want to learn how to draw. You want to be happy for somebody? Hope they died doing something they hated. Then they didn't have to finish. I want to die on Thanksgiving weekend at my in-laws' house. Maybe I can ruin that weekend for them one time. You ever hear I died under those circumstances? I want you to be happy for me. Ah, that's great. He hated doing that. I got invited to a 70s theme party recently. So I went to the Goodwill store to look for ugly plaid jacket, and I found it. And as I got to the cash register, I discovered that Goodwill sells gift cards. Let me repeat that one more time. Goodwill sells gift cards. When is it ever appropriate to give or to receive a Goodwill gift card? Hey, I'm gonna spend some money. Why don't you buy yourself something? Nothing new, of course. But I'm guessing there's a used crock pot or a t-shirt worn by a stranger in here with your name on it. If you ever open a card and a Goodwill gift card drops out of there, might want to rethink the relationship. Look, honey, dinner for two at the food bank. The Goodwill store by my house last June said 50% off Father's Day sale. Nothing says I love you, Pops. Quite like, hey, Dad, jump in the car. We don't want to pay full price for the used stuff. If my kids ever take me to Goodwill on Father's Day, you know what I want for Father's Day? I want some new kids. I'm supposed to go to the Home Depot this weekend. I am not looking forward to that. I don't like going into the Home Depot. You know what? Why have 12 checkout stands if you're never going to open them all at once? You ever seen them all open at once? No. What set of circumstances has to occur? Hey, I got an idea. How about Sunday afternoon? There's 40 of us in this line. Now they make you scan your own things in there. You know what I do? This is brilliant. The machine gives you the option of Spanish or English, right? There's always somebody watching the self-serve machines. I just hit Spanish and go, hey, could you do this for me? They come over every time. They do it for you. They look at you like an idiot. It doesn't matter. You know why? You're not the one wearing the orange vest. Guy got all finished. I said, gracias. Me gusta el chaleco. I did a show a couple years ago in August in Phoenix, Arizona. You ever been to Phoenix in August? Oh, yeah, it's nice. About 180 every day. Well, the locals always tell me about the heat. Dry heat, yeah. You know what? So's fire. One time walking by the bank, you know the sign that flashes back and forth between the time and the temperature? At 1:09 in the afternoon, the time and the temperature was exactly the same. That sign's going 1:09, 1:09, 1:09. I went, oh, better not be like that at 4:30. But if you've never been there, it's so dry. You get chapped lips, you get nosebleeds. They always talk about how many old people live in Phoenix. I don't think they're old. I think they're dried out. They're in their 20s. They just need a glass of water. They could get one if they had a debit card. I will tell you a little bit about myself. I am recently a widower. If everything went as planned. These are jokes, folks. Relax. It's a comedy show.